A big good day and welcome to another cracking edition of the MCDFNL Footy Show. My name's Yeendy and I'm here with Shane Anwell, the MCDFNL Operations Manager. Thanks for joining us again, mate.
Good afternoon, Yeendy.
And great weekend ahead coming up this week, but we're going to look back at the latest round of action, and we saw some pretty good games on paper. We saw some Saturday games and a Sunday game, and one of the big games we'll talk about first up is the big grand final rematch between Carisbrook and Navarre, with Carisbrook 22 points to the good, mate, over the reigning premier.
Yeah, it was. It was a great game up there, and Carisbrook certainly happy to get one back on Navarre, and they'll play again later in the year in the return match, and then no doubt they'll line up in the final. So it's going to be a good contest all year between those two clubs.
First time since 2013 where the Redbacks got the job done over the Grasshoppers, and we know the Redbacks have been up there for a number of years, so it's been a long time between W's, but hopefully that's the win that sort of sets them up to go one step better for this year.
Yeah, most definitely.
Harcourt 17-10, 112 defeated Royal Park 11-4-70. A good spread of goal kickers there for the Lions against Royal Park, who tried hard. I guess the margin gradually got better by 2, 4, 5 and 6 goals as the game went on. So Harcourt, another day at the office for them, another win for them.
Yeah, they're quietly going about their business there, and they'd be really happy with that result on the weekend.
Sensational performance by them. One of the big games that drew a lot of interest right across the MCDFNL community, I know across your desk, mate, with Talbot. 31-point winners over Lexington, but it was a superstar they had in their team, which was exciting. He lived up to the hype. He kicked 8 goals. Mark Williams.
Yeah, it was a terrific day for Talbot up there. They need to be congratulated. They put a great deal of time and effort into the Indigenous round and the ceremonies that were held beforehand, particularly with their jumper, and they really got behind celebrating Indigenous football and netball, and Mark Williams certainly turned on a good show for all the spectators up there.
Nice to see him sort of wind back the clock a little bit with a stellar performance too, and a good confidence booster for Talbot, because they haven't had the best season so far today, but you get a win like that, someone like him up forward kicking goals, it's a good sign going forward.
Yeah, most definitely.
Natty Bielba, 19-19, 133, defeated Campbell's Creek 6-7, 43 by 90 points. This was a very one-sided affair. 38 scoring shots to 13. I know Campbell's Creek would be very disappointed with that performance.
Yeah, they would be. Natty Bielba just keep going about their business, kicking big scores and having those massive margins there, seeing them sitting on top of the ladder with a really good percentage and setting themselves up for a good last half of the year when that comes around. I
guess we talk about the big three, mate. We've got them, Navarre and Carisbrook. Who do you seem to think might be leading the way at this stage as the team to beat in 2017?
Oh, look, Natty Bielba, no doubt, would have to be the team there that everyone's looking at the moment. They're going along really well, and all the talk, as you said, has been about Carisbrook and Navarre, given their history, rightly so, over the last couple of years. But credit to Natty Bielba, they've just gone about their business and it's showing.
Could very well be the sleepers of the competition, as you say. Just the other two have been all the hype, and will be fascinating to see how they go over the coming weeks, especially when those teams face off. A massive game. We saw Newstead 15-8, 98 defeat Denali 9-17, 71. Bad luck there for Denali there. Newstead, a much important win for them.
Yeah, it was their second win of the year. Denali, credit to them. I think they probably got a little bit closer to Newstead than Newstead would have liked, perhaps. But they've done well there. They're plugging away Denali, and look, they'll continue to have some good games along the way, and hopefully their first win's not far around the corner.
Fingers crossed for them. And we can't forget Trentham. They had a shootout against the Mighty Bombers, 32-18, 210 to 3-5, 23, 50 scoring shots to 8. Jake Keogh stepping up, kicking 10 goals for the Saints, in top form. Looking ominous for the Saints, because again, we spoke about the other three teams before, but the Saints are just starting to creep up there. They're sitting in 4th position, doing all right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Yeendy, they're probably one of the ones people aren't talking about a lot, but they certainly will be. Poor old Malden there. They got quite the touch-up on the weekend. Certainly not what they were expecting, but all credit to Trentham. It was a terrific result, and they'll be well happy with that.
Yeah, definitely confidence booster for them as they set themselves up for the for the rest of the season. Also in the back half. On Sunday we had Maryborough Rovers, who are just the second big win in a row. 21-13, 139 defeating Avoca, 5-7-37. The Bulldogs crash landed to earth after a win last week, and the Rovers, they're on the up.
Well, they are. They're going all right, Rovers, and look, Avoca will be glad Sunday was over and move on to next week's game.
Nathan Richardson, the standout there for the Rovers. He kicked 7 goals for the second consecutive week. He's on fire. Saw a lot of his work in the RDFNL as a hard-running midfielder capable of kicking goals. He seems to be exploding in the competition, and a handy addition to the Rovers outfit. And they, as we've mentioned throughout the year, they seem to be ones that they could also be right up there too.
Yeah, most definitely. Yes.
Well, Shana, thanks so much for joining us on the review show of the MCDFNL footy aspect of this week, and we look forward to catching up with you later on in the week.
No worries, my pleasure.